Hello and welcome back to another episode. Been a busy enough weekend in the Premier League, bit of action, but today we're going to mainly be talking about the transfer window. Hasn't been too eventful of a transfer window, to be fair, but there's been a lot of news around the Liverpool camp. So, Dermot, do you want to talk more about that?
Yeah, we're just waiting for the club to announce it. Ozan Kabak from Turkey has signed. It's looking like a 6 month loan deal with an option to buy, so not an obligation. So basically, we have him for this 6 months. If he's good, we'll sign him. I think it's around 30 million euros, and if he's shite, we don't have to sign him. So it's kind of a win-win. It's very low
Yeah,
risk deal.
it's looking like it's been a nice bit of transfer business
Yeah,
by the boys. Like that option to buy is very,
yeah,
very good.
option, not obligation.
Yeah, like we're gonna have to test him out. It's different league altogether coming in. He's
Hmm.
not really been too proven in the
No.
league. I think Schalke have won one game all season. They've had one of the worst defensive records in the Bundesliga as well. But look,
Yeah, look.
they've been looking at him for a while now. There was talks about getting him in the summer,
Mm.
previous summer. So obviously, like it's a player they've had on the cards for a while that Klopp's been looking to sign, and this probably could be a win-win.
We'll take it. Like let's be honest, we would have took anyone at this stage. But this kind of came out of the blue, as in this morning. Like you heard maybe some reports late last night. Not really any, to be honest. And then all the proper journalists or whatever just started reporting. I was like, oh, I was wondering this will happen because obviously, thank God, Schalke went in for Mustafi. Arsenal terminated his
Yeah.
contract, so that basically made the deal for us. But it's risk free basically, and let's hope he turns out to be a good signing. I can't say I know much about him. Only positive I would say is we are looking at him as a long term option in the summer, so it's kind of just speeding that up. Maybe they would have went in for him this summer if a crisis wouldn't happen anyways, as in defensive crisis.
Yeah.
So it's positive, and obviously Ben Davies from Preston. I can't even say I've even heard of him. When I heard the name Ben Davies, I was like the Tottenham lad. But you know a bit more about Championship than me. What is this lad out of use?
Yeah, well, we're looking at that. He's been playing for Preston.
Mm.
He's he's decent enough for most of his career. I remember Ben Pearson was sitting in front of him. Very, very good defensive midfielder, loads of caps for England, ex-Man United prospect. He just signed there for Bournemouth a few days ago. So they've kind of always had a very good defense there at Preston. Like, Alan Brown, the Irish lad on the wing for them,
Yeah.
provides most of their goals, and Scott Sinclair. But they've always been kind of a rigid defense. It's going to be a lot different for him coming into Liverpool.
Mm.
They play with a really deep line. We play a very high line. I'm not sure what his pace is like. He's a decent passer of the ball. They like to play it out from the back a lot, bit like we do. So they're probably looking at him for in that sort of a sense. But for what is it, 1.6 million?
Yeah, Vandenberg
That's
goes the other way on loan, I think, as well.
yeah, that's nothing for Liverpool.
Yeah,
That's
I think
change.
that's why we signed him, because he's cheap. Let's be honest, it's not going to change our season. Or like when I seen it was announced, this news started to circulate last night after the West Ham game. But
Yeah,
let's be honest, you just looked at that, and to be honest, I was not happy with that. I was actually looking at that like he's a 25-year-old lad that they bought from Preston. What, like, yeah, look, we signed him. Hopefully he does well, but
yeah.
I have no expectations of
At
this lad.
least
We shouldn't have, really.
look, there's that option but like on paper, it mightn't look the best. But on paper, Nat Phillips didn't look the best. Reese Williams didn't look the best. And to be fair, we'll get onto it later. But I thought Nat Phillips was excellent yesterday. Was very
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah,
so.
look, we'll see. Hopefully he does well.
Yeah,
I'm hoping he does well. I'm just saying we shouldn't have any. With Kabak, I'm a bit more. We'll see, because we were looking at him long term. Obviously, he's very young and stuff. So, to be honest, at least we've gotten some centre halves in. It'd be hard to get proper world class or top quality centre half in last day of January. So, look, we've gotten some deals done.
yeah,
We should have done these deals earlier though, like weeks before. Let's be honest. But look,
yeah. But were they really that rushed because how quick they got done? I think Ben Davies was rushed because they obviously
Mm.
just snapped him up from Celtic there last minute.
Yeah,
Uh,
Celtic. I just seen watching Sky Sports. Lennon wasn't happy. He looked to be going to Celtic, and we kind of just hijacked it. So
yeah.
fair enough.
Look, if he knows right now he could, he's possibly getting a lot of, game time with the champions of England.
Yeah,
And
yeah. No, definitely. Good,
of
unbelievable
course,
move.
yeah,
I'd say when his agent told him, he was like, surely he was like, is this a joke? But look,
yeah. I
we
know
got another lad.
not too
Let's see how he
fussed
goes.
on the championship, but when I'm just looking at this, like that's Preston's after losing their best two defensive players in Pearson and Davies. So I don't know, like
Yeah,
they're decent. They'd be pushing for playoffs. I don't know how
yeah.
that's gonna kind of affect their season, but look,
Couldn't give a rat's to be honest. Don't
yeah,
care.
it's a
Don't
decent bit
care.
of business. I'm very happy with that with Kabak. Like the non-obligation to buy,
Yeah,
like
that's massive.
that's very good bit of business. Obviously, we'll see in the coming weeks, like how he gets on. And but yeah, very exciting anyway. At least to have an actual centre back.
Yeah, looking around. Yeah, don't positive for these is just to finish up on that. Henderson can move out into midfield, do his preferred position. Obviously, looking around deadline day, like there's actually not much going on. I seen Maitland-Niles is probably going to go to West Brom. I thought I don't really rate him that much, but he's probably too good for West Brom. Looking at other deals, there's not. There's
Well,
nothing
that
else
just on
of
that, like
interest.
for West
Yeah,
Brom, they're gonna need a little
it's a
push,
good signing for them.
to stay up. Yeah, like that's definitely a
It's a loan
decent
move,
sign.
obviously, but
Yeah, they're just looking to get it for the next, maybe stay up.
yeah, yeah.
I don't think they will, unfortunately, but well, not even unfortunately. Out
Fuck
of
no.
all the teams I'd like to see go there, and probably
Yeah,
West Brom
definitely.
are one of them. And imagine what
Yeah,
one player though, Yannick Balassi, gone on loan, I think to Middlesbrough.
yeah. Sure,
Wow,
this lad
what
haven't
happened to
heard.
that guy?
Yeah, haven't heard of this lad in years. To be honest, obviously
Yeah.
got the big money move to Everton. I think it was like 30 million from Palace. But look, the man is no end product. He's a good, skillful player, but he is no end product. So,
I don't know. Have
championship.
you seen that video of him absolutely mugging the women's football team?
Yes,
That's
they.
still one of the
Was
best
that not
videos of all
Zaha?
time.
No.
No, no, that was Balassi.
Yeah. I did see that. Yeah, some skill by him. To
One
be
of the
honest,
best
like
videos ever.
if we're talking about them sort of deals, Peru's it's been a fairly dull transfer deadline day, obviously on 1st of February. Today we're recording this. I think it's 8 o'clock today, so it's 8 o'clock now. So 3 hours to go. So hopefully Liverpool announce that Kabak deal soon. But we look at them weekend games and where we start off. We'll start off with Man United Arsenal quickly. Like there's not much to say on this. A bore 0-0 draw. I'd say
Yeah.
looking at that match, both managers were happy with the draw. And I don't know why United will be like Arsenal literally missing their three best players. Like Aubameyang, Tierney, and Saka. Literally, if
Yeah.
you were to say who are Arsenal's three main lads, you'd say them. And obviously Gabriel wasn't playing either. So
I
I
think
thought it was
maybe Ole was happy in the sense that they didn't lose because I think they should have.
yeah,
They were
yeah.
they were very, very poor. And it's just
Obviously,
showing that has to be worrying for Man United, that inconsistency, losing to Sheffield and then
yeah,
that draw, like they're dropping points. That's not a good sign for a team like who wants to win a title. You won't
yeah.
see that out of Man City,
No, definitely
even
not.
when they face Sheffield and just snuck a little 1-0 like and just get the job done.
Yeah, but they got 3 points. Like,
Yeah.
just to finish on that game, Cavani missed two sitters though. They still should have two sitters. Like if Martial or like you know what I mean. If someone like that misses that, it gets highlighted. But because it's Cavani for some reason, he won't. Like he's just got to score both of them. They're not. You can't even. They're not hard chances at all. They're just happens.
Yeah. Look, sometimes they go your way and not he should have finished yeah, it was just a poor performance overall. It was an absolute stinker of
Yeah,
a match. I was falling
poor
asleep
game.
watching it. Yeah. Absolute
Decent point.
stinker.
Decent point for Arsenal considering who they're missing. And then looking on to the Saturday evening game, good 1-0 for Villa. Like Southampton were obviously they were just robbed by VAR twice. It's
Yeah.
just sickening. things like I don't know how that goal didn't stand. So he can score with his arm now apparently, and then Matt Cash can save a goal with his hand. Makes
You
sense.
won't have
But
a bad word said about Matt Cash.
no, yeah, but no surprise though. Watching that game, they said that Mike Dean was he was the VAR ref, so that kind of says it all. I've said it before. I'm not going to get into it again, but the refereeing in the Premier League, they're the worst in the top European leagues. Absolute dog shit.
Yeah, one of the worst things I feel about them. A lot of managers have been over the past few years have really been bringing it to light. They won't have a word said to them either. Like fair enough.
Yeah, they get away with it. They just get a game next week, no bother.
Yeah, look, if a manager goes in and says anything about them, it's a fine. Like, I remember Klopp there was it
Yeah.
last year, and he got a big enough fine. Like it was like
So does Mourinho. Mourinho says it as well. He gets the fine. But just before we move on from that game, obviously good header by Barkley, but like Grealish again, what an assist. But if you actually watch that game, he was just literally walked by lads for fun.
Yeah.
If he does leave Villa, it's going to be 100 million plus pounds. He's just so good. Like you watch Villa just to watch him.
Yeah, he's so fluent on the ball, and that like either way for Villa, it's going to be a good win. They keep him, they're happy out. They sell him. They're obviously they're going to be getting rid of Grealish, but the amount of money they're going to get, and I like Villa aren't ones to be shy with spending money. Like
they've invested a lot.
Remember when they came up from the Premier League? And they
like
were
100 million or something roughly, wasn't it?
They were the biggest spenders that summer. It was about 113 million or something odd like that. Most of them players haven't really lived up to standards. Maybe like Douglas Luiz, few of them have been okay.
Yeah, he's a good player. Good player. They've a good team in general though. Luiz, John McGinn in midfield with Grealish. Then they've got Troyer's not a bad player. Watkins has been a good signing. Decent defense. Good solid keeper. Martin. Like they just have a very solid squad. Then they've obviously the world class lad in Grealish. So yeah, they're a good team. Obviously, there's plenty of games Sunday. I think I said as soon as last week when Tuchel was appointed that Chelsea make top four. 2-0 win for them, and the Tuchel ball or whatever you want to call it is starting to roll. I thought they were quite good.
Yeah, they play nice kind of possession football. Knocking the ball around, always dominating. They never look under pressure or anything really. It's good. I thought when he first came in that 0-0 draw, I thought they were very, very unlucky not to win that game. I think they had like 78% possession or something.
And
like that.
He only had 1 day training them. He's had a week now, and already they look better. So they're just going to keep improving, I think.
Yeah, they'll keep improving. I'm not 100% on if they'll get top four. I'm still a bit skeptical. I think because
fair enough.
There's been a lot of good teams up near that kind of top six side the table, but of course, Leicester did drop points there, which is good news for most of the
good
teams.
match, very good match. Obviously, they took the lead. Harvey Barnes has been very good this season. Good little goal there, but they were just. I thought Leeds, their work rate and stuff, like if it wasn't for Schmeichel in that first half, Leeds would have had 3 or 4. And what a finish by Paddy Bamford. I mean, when he threw a goal there, I was like, oh, he's going to go that. Just absolute wallops that into the top corner. Unreal goal. And then obviously, nice little sweaty on the break for Harrison. Fairly unselfish by him. Leeds were good. It was a good watch.
Yeah, Leeds were good. Schmeichel again showing his class. I said it last week on the video. In my opinion, he's top 3 goalie in the Prem.
Yeah, definitely.
He's unbelievable there. Yeah, Bamford's been good. Still does miss a lot of chances, but he had a very good game, to be fair to him. I won't knock him down too much, but
2 assists and a goal. Yeah, he was very good. He's very left-footed, but he does have a lovely left foot. Like he just kind of swept that into the top corner, so it was nice.
Yeah, just out of the reach. Leicester, beautiful.
Yeah, lovely little goal. And then obviously we won Liverpool, West Ham. Liverpool 2 wins in a row. I thought our second half performance was class.
Yeah, look, coming into that game, West Ham are fired. Me and you know that. You're a big fan of Antonio, big fan of Zuchek. I really like what Moyes is doing there. I think they have a great squad. I came into the team. You rang me, I think, and you were saying
when the team news was announced.
Yeah, did you see this team? No Mane, no Firmino on the bench, and I was look at this team. I was like, are we going to go here and get bet? I was I was
Yeah,
dreading.
we were both pessimistic. Let's be honest. I was watching that Leicester game and the team news flash on the bottom of the screen on Sky, and I was like, well, like just so we were missing so many lads. And first half was average. I thought we didn't make many chances, but second half we just turned it on. And who was like people were doubting Mo Salah. Like he's been the best forward in the league, arguably the best player in the league the last 3 seasons. Literally going for 3 golden boots in a row or whatever.
Yeah.
He's top scorer again this season so far. He's just a class act.
It was the same against Man United. That's the difference for a world class player. We've been under the cosh, like there's been lots of doubts around him. But when push comes to shove, he pulls it out the bag. A brace there against United. Brace again. He's an animal. He
Yeah.
is an absolute pig. Yeah, like how can you say? I think he's the first player to score that many goals for us in consecutive seasons. What was it?
Oh, yeah, he is as well. One thing that gets labeled on him, he doesn't have a right foot. I like that goal against United. The goal against like he knew it all. He's decent in the air. He's decent leap. He's just class. Like that breakaway for that second goal was just unreal. Oh, that ball
Yeah,
by Shaq. Shaq's have to give a mention to Shaq because when he's come in, he's quite good. Like he does a job. He does a very decent job, I think, when he comes in.
yeah. You know, and a lot of my friends will know. I really rate Shaq. I don't know what I've
He's a good
always
player.
liked him. Like ever since he's been at Stoke, I just think he's a bit of class about him.
Yeah.
Wicked
Can
left.
always produce. Like that was some assist. That was a very, very tough ball, and he just put it on a plate. That first touch just to trap it dead was just
It's just
absolutely
them
lovely.
big calves, his little tank running around that pitch. Like
Yeah,
and Mo Salah,
absolutely.
no right foot, touches it down on his right foot, like there's glue on his boot. And just the
And just tucks it away.
composure, just tap it to the left or to the right side of Fabianski. It's unbelievable. And I'm kind of gutted we didn't keep that clean sheet. You know how deadly.
Yeah, it was a bit annoying, but look, to be honest, I didn't give a rat's. Once we
Yeah,
got the win, I would have taken the scruffiest 2-1 or 1-0 win before that game.
gotta
As
say
always,
though,
it's that sort of season.
Nat Phillips, wow,
Yeah, solid game. Solid game.
wrapped up Antonio.
Just he's just a rod. Lads, I remember I think he came in for the West Ham game in Anfield, and that's when Haller was there, and obviously another big physical striker. They suit him. He loves playing against them big physical lads that back into him. You know what I mean? He's an old school sort of defender.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think he done well on Antonio. Antonio's a handful, let's be honest. We bigged him up before. He's a tough striker to deal with.
yeah, he's an
But
absolute beast, and he's got pace to burn. I remember they got like we know how deadly West Ham are for the set pieces. They they dropped in a lovely ball in the first
yeah,
half.
what a header. The Phillips header,
And
yeah.
he's falling down. He knocks it away, and it's a big, strong neck on him. How far he gets it, like, but still, though, West Ham, I still like.
They weren't great yet.
They
They
weren't.
weren't great, but they're a good side. They are a good side.
Yeah,
Like moving on to other London teams. Obviously, just a mad stat on that Brighton Tottenham game, right? Brighton were the only going into that game. Brighton were the only team in the top 4 English leagues not to have a home win. Spurs rock up and they get their home win. Like Spurs are a different team without Kane, aren't they? They're
yeah.
just
They're
they're so
not,
reliant on him.
they're absolutely nothing. They've no spark there. Son is a great footballer. Don't get me wrong. He's a deadly
Oh,
finisher
he's class.
with the
Yeah,
pace, but I don't. I don't know what it is he's missing, but he's definitely missing something that, like you seen
it's
with
Harry Kane, lad.
Salah. Salah can kind of create his own chances there when he needs to, if push comes to shove. But Son just he can't really produce anything for himself. Ndombele is good, but he's nowhere near Kane. Yeah, Kane just brings everything together on that team.
Yeah, the little false nine row. I like watching that game. Brighton probably should have won it 3 or 4-0. Conley missed a sitter. Like I don't know how he missed that, but
Yeah,
I seen a bit on Twitter. It was only a small bit. Mourinho out. I don't know about that. Do you think he should go? Like what? Like can he take them? Like on Gareth Bale? I think Gareth Bale's the flop of the season. It's actually hilarious how bad he's been.
yeah.
He's just been
I don't
dog
know
shit.
what it is with Tottenham. Like they're not really too keen on spending. Like they had Pochettino in there, and for me, Pochettino is one of my favorite managers. I think he's
Yeah, good
unbelievable.
gaffer.
How I still don't know how we got him to the Champions League final. Like they've
Ah,
got
it was a madness.
they have two world class players up front. Besides that, the whole team's average. And Dombali's looked good at times this season. Hoiberg's looked
Yeah.
good, but they've never looked world class. Defense, Lloris he's a good keeper, but he's so sloppy sometimes. You even seen when they were
Yeah, in the
playing
big
us,
games.
that
Obviously, it
Trent
was.
goal, he dropped that on a plate for Trent. The
Mm.
defense is bang average. I don't know. I don't think they're too great a team. I think they'd be lucky to get top four.
That's why I think Chelsea will. Like, I just not going back to them. That's why the likes of Spurs. I think Leicester will drop. I think Vardy's back in a week or so, so I think maybe they'll start hitting form again. But I think Spurs, yeah, like I don't know, just on the Bale, like Bale couldn't give a fuck. Like he's laughing, he's walking around laughing.
Yeah.
Uh, he doesn't care. He's picking up his paycheck. He's been there, done that. He's won them Champions League. He's won the Copa del Rey, the La Liga. It's like he literally doesn't care. He's just walking around there.
Yeah, it's
Happy
good.
if he doesn't play, happy if he does. Doesn't affect him.
It's starting to happen a lot more though. That's just the kind of the nature of the way football's going. With the amount of
Yeah.
money these players are getting. I think the first big thing we ever seen of that was probably Sanchez and you
Yeah,
know,
but the thing with Bale, you kind of get it because he's won everything. He literally has. He's been there, done that. He's came back to Spurs, and he's probably looking. We're not going to win the league
yeah.
here. We might win the Europa League. We might win the League Cup, but
But when you
just
say
that.
that, Sanchez has kind of won everything as well over in Spain.
Yeah, exactly. But
Same with Ozan again. But like why wouldn't
yeah,
you? They're getting paid good money. He's doing nothing, like he's chilling there.
yeah,
Like it's I don't know. I think kind of some of the blame has to be kind of put on the manager there though. Like the
yeah. You
manager,
can't expect him. You can't expect him to. He's hardly played all year, and then throw him in. You're supposed to like. You have to give him more minutes. I know it's Bale's part to blame as well, but you have to give him more minutes to get him up to speed to be at
yeah.
the level you want him to be at. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, he
I don't
can
know.
train as much as he wants, but he hasn't played a lot
Yeah,
of football over the last couple of years. Mourinho needed to sort him out there. He didn't
yeah.
really do a good job on it. He's a bit. I think with Mourinho, his biggest downfall is sometimes he's a bit too stubborn,
Ah, he's so stubborn. Yeah, of course he is. That's what he's known for.
and I think that
Uh,
just kind of ruins him sometimes. He needs to open up.
yeah. Look, just round that up. Obviously, United dropping points. Are they still in the title race for you?
Yeah, look, we can't rule them out of the title race now. Will they win it? No, I can
Yeah,
say that.
they're in it. They still have a chance. I think it's kind of too extreme both ways. Like, but if I was a United fan, I would have been disgusted considering who Arsenal are missing. Yeah, they're still in it. Liverpool are still in it. I still hate to say it. City are firm favourites in my opinion. Anyways, they just.
Yeah,
I seen Laporte played the full 90, another clean sheet. Like they're bringing in Laporte, who like Laporte was their third choice centre half. I think he's going to start playing now.
I
He's
think
fully fit, full fitness.
this is a bold statement, but I think this week this nearly decides the league. I think
Yeah,
we have Brighton and we have City. I think if you win them two games, we'll win the league. But I think
yeah.
if anything else happens, if we win and a draw, two losses, two draws, I think City will run away with it. But if we beat City, you're in with a very good chance.
Yeah, it's interesting. City are still my favourites. I'd have us second favourites, United third, Leicester fourth. But yeah, no, it was an interesting game, a weekend of football, and not much else going on in the transfer deadline day, bar the Kabak and Davies deals, to be honest, of note. So,
Yeah, been a
anything
very
else you
bold.
want to add?
Yeah, no, just on that transfer window, like who else has moved really?
No, nothing.
Gomez and a few
Just
others
have it.
last week, and
We'll just go on the Twitter there quickly, just in case anything has happened. But I can't
yeah,
imagine.
it's a lot to do with that COVID though. The market's gone all over the shop, and
Definitely.
you've
Um,
even seen with the trading markets this week, GME to the moon. But
just looking, Ben Davies has been announced by Liverpool, but
yeah,
officially announced. We're still waiting on the Kabak. That hasn't been officially announced, but yeah, that's about it really. And thanks again for listening. Obviously, if you're not sub, just give us a little sub there on the YouTube. Helps us out a lot. Give us a little like as well, and we'll have a video for Friday riding up the midweek fixtures because there's plenty on this week and looking ahead to the weekends. Obviously, the big one with City, but plenty of games this week.
Yeah, we
to
could be in a
watch.
completely different mood for Friday, so
Yeah,
we'll see how it
absolutely.
goes.
We shall
And
see.
there's still time left on that giveaway, guys. It's finished up on Friday. We'll announce the three winners. So if you
Yeah,
have,
we're gonna announce that on Friday's video. Actually, we're gonna announce the
yeah,
three winners. So stay tuned for that.
so
You
if
get a
you
jersey of your choice.
haven't entered it yet, there's still time. Don't worry.
Yeah,
So, right,
still loads of time. Just check our Insta there, and you're good to go.
yeah. Thanks for watching.